Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Hey deep thinkers, and welcome back with me, Dr. Zulmonica Nicole. This is the home of the deep thinkers, honey, because sometimes it really is that deep, okay? And so, baby, today has been a long but eventful day. I surprised my daddy at the airport because he flew in today to spend like a week or so here in Salvador with me. And so we about to be outside painting the town. We started the day today and it was really dope. And that's where today's conversation actually is coming from a conversation that him and I had while we were out eating today. One of the things that came up in that conversation was the sense of like me sharing that I have no intentions of having children. I have no desire to get married. I'm at a place where I have such peace with myself that I am totally okay if I didn't have any of those things. I've gotten to a place where I am totally grateful for my peace. I'm grateful for my space, for my time, and I feel whole by myself. Once upon a time, there was a time when I felt like I needed to have a man to feel like um, I had some level of worth to me, you know, because society can sometimes put like such this strong emphasis on if a woman doesn't have a man, then something must be wrong with her. If she doesn't have children, something must be wrong with her. And so to be that first woman in my lineage on both sides of my family to where I don't have children, I'm unmarried, and I don't think I want it. Not only did I become the first doctor in my family, I became the first woman in my family who truly had a choice. Because a lot of the women in my family before me, they didn't really have a choice. That was the lifestyle that was given to them, whether if it was the sense of in their youth, they had to get married in order to leave their family home where they were at in order to have access to a better life. You know, for example, my grandmother, she got married before she even graduated high school. She eventually got her GED when she was older after she had children. And one thing she always used to tell me was travel, see the world. You do not need to be in a rush to have children or get married. She actually, you know, in a lot of ways was just like, live your life, do what you want to do first. Don't feel like you have to do these things to, you know, to feel like you're worthy of something or to feel like it's, you know, changing you or defining you of some sort. And I am always forever grateful to her for instilling that inside of me. And so now I'm almost 40 years old, I'm single, child-free, and living abroad. And one thing I've come to find is that, you know, oftentimes when you say those types of things, you have men on the internet who I'm sure they're saying that out of the fear of their own life because they want you to feel bad for not having children or not having a man to make you feel like something is wrong with you. But in reality, it's because most likely they ain't got nobody for them and ain't no woman checking for them. So instead of them sitting within their own space and their own energy, they start to project their own personal fears of dying alone onto me or onto other women on the internet. And that was something that I had to get through and get over, realizing y'all all up in these comments saying X, Y, and Z because you feel that way, that no woman of value truly wants you. Because most likely you're probably ugly, you probably ain't got no money, and you probably be stressing people out, and your hairline probably gone. Okay? But as I was conversing with my dad and we were just talking and I was sharing, you know, I've come to become very accustomed to my life with being child free, unmarried, and being able to move around the way that I move. Now, are there parents out there who travel around the world and live around the world with children? Yes. Are there parents who are single parents who do that? Yes, they do. But one thing I've come to accept within myself is that I don't think I want that responsibility of raising another human, especially in the world and the climate that we live in. Do I really want to birth another life into this climate? Do I really want to birth another life into this world, into this drama, into just this destructive space? And the truth is, in the world that we're living in now, no. When we have so many people complaining about money, so many people complaining about fair housing, equitable opportunities, things of that nature, why would I want to bring a child into this world to have to experience that? And not only just thinking about it from the perspective of, I love my unborn children so much that I wouldn't want to put them into a space or energy that's insufferable for them to have to experience this world, but in the sense of knowing that me having children right now would put me into the system to where I would be dependent upon parts of the system that I have found freedom from. So for example, when it comes to you wanting to, well, I truly believe that there's no way to fully escape the matrix, and I have a video here on the channel that talks about that. But when it comes to having a sense of autonomy in this world and what we live in, the more freedom you have to not have to participate into certain parts of the system, the more autonomous you become, away from the system, right? But when you have children, you're more likely to participate in the unfair hiring practices or the jobs and things of that nature. A lot of times you're less likely to bet on yourself. You're less likely to jump out there and start a business with only $200 to your name. Being child free without a child, you're more likely to be like, you know what? I got enough money to get by for this month. I don't know what I'm gonna do next month, but I'm about to take a leap of faith. I'm about to start this business. I'm about to move to this country. I'm about to do X, Y, and Z. You're more likely to do that when you don't have dependents. When you have dependents, when you have people who are depending upon you, people who look to you for their survival, you're going to think twice about that, which is why a lot of people don't go after their dreams, which is why a lot of people stay where they're at, or they stay in a state of comfort because of the sense of, well, I have children I have to feed. I have children I have to make sure that they're good. I don't want them to have to struggle or go through certain things because I'm chasing a dream. You get what I'm saying? And so when people, they want to call me selfish in certain aspects, and I'm just like, no, I'm actually being thoughtful. Because if I was to have a child, I want a child to experience me at my highest and best self. And if I know me working a 9-to-5 job affects me and my neurodivergency, where I need to have freedom of time, I need to have autonomy, freedom of movement, and things of that nature, but I would love my child so much that I would sacrifice parts of me that would then make me a little insufferable. I know myself so much that I know that who I am and what I'm going after, that I would have to put a lot of that to the side to show up for my child in a way that I would need to show up for them. And so as I look at just my mindset now towards having children in this world, when I look at where I'm at now with building, I'm more open to take risk without having a dependent. I'm more open to be like, oh, I don't want to be here. I'm going to this country next week. If I had a child, well, unless I was homeschooling, that's different, right? I would have to think about their schooling. I would have to think about, is the environment child friendly? I would have to think about, all these different things for my child. And then adding on top of that, how overprotective I am, okay? Because baby, listen, don't play with me. Don't play with it. And so as I look at my life as a full-time traveler, as I look at my life as someone who wakes up when they want to wake up, who go to sleep when they want to go up without go to sleep when they want to go to sleep without alarm clocks, I've gotten into such a routine, and I can say that my nervous system is balanced. I can say I'm not stressed out. I can say that I have more freedom to be able to think outside the box or take more risk, because I don't have to worry about my risk negatively affecting another person. And that's why I will always respect parents. I will never disrespect parents, especially the parents that show up for their children. A lot of times I see that as, although you may have this child that you're raising up. You have the ability to teach your child to have that freedom, or to go after their dreams, or to accomplish what they want to accomplish before they decide to have children. Now, am I to say that I will never have children or never get married? I don't know what the future brings. I just know in my reality right now, no. It's a no. I like being able to live in the moment. I like being able to do what I want to do when I want to do, and having that freedom as a woman. And I understand the system is not built for women who live in that freedom. So you have the system, and then you have the system, my nose is itching, child. Then you have the system's little minions that try to perpetuate the system to make you feel bad, or to make you feel guilty for not wanting to do this, or for wanting to do this, or for wanting to live like this, or not wanting to live like this. They say things and they do things to try to make you feel bad for your decisions, or to make you want to change your decisions. But that ain't doing nothing for me, baby. Okay? That ain't doing nothing for me. I don't feel like I'm missing anything right now. And I think a lot of that has come because I've gotten to a place where I feel whole by myself. I don't feel, you know how a lot of people feel like, oh, you know, having children, you know, it made me have purpose or find purpose. I feel like I have purpose by myself. I feel like my life is moving in purpose. I don't need a mate as my other half or to complete me, because I feel complete by myself. So I'm not seeking for anything outside of me to make those changes or to shift parts of me. So there's nothing that anyone can say to make me feel guilty for those decisions, or to make me feel bad for what I've chosen to do and what I've chosen not to do. You feel me? And this conversation is for anyone else out there who may be feeling that pull, or for someone who maybe, you know, you may find that you were perpetuating certain things of this patriarchal system, and you may have been overstepping boundaries with other women in their decisions. You get what I'm saying? Or even men. You know, I respect men who say, I don't want this or I don't want that, because they know who they are. They know what works best for them or what they need right now, you know? And we live in a world where it should be okay for us to have choice. Because one thing I've come to find is that you have some people who are miserable and they want you to be miserable with them. But then you have some people, and I appreciate the parents who are always honest about their experiences. You know, they're not miserable, they love having their children, but they're honest with you on the sacrifices they have to make. They're honest with you on how having children has changed them. They're honest with you on how their life has shifted because of their children. And they respect your decisions, even if your decisions is different from what they have done. It's not a sense of projection. And I'm so appreciative of the women who have been honest about their experiences, because they help me make informed decisions. And we all deserve the opportunity to make informed decisions. And so as I live from country to country as a nomad, I don't have to feel bad for how I may be exposing a child to the world, because I'm only responsible for me. I don't have to worry about cooking every day. If I want to just eat a girl dinner, I'll eat a girl dinner. But it feels good to be broken away from that traditional mindset in society, to where I have peace in who I am, my decisions, and how I choose to live life. And so that's the conversation for today. I need to go and get my blog done for the day. If you're not already subscribed to my travel blog, definitely check that out. I just got my new computer because my dad had to bring it with me because I had to have it sent to his house. And so once I get that set up and all of that, I am getting into vlogging, because a lot of people have been asking me to do vlogs. So my goal is to get into doing weekly vlogs where I'll share a long vlog. My goal is to make them about an hour of my travels and what I do and what I experience and things of that nature, just within my life as a full-time digital nomad living around the world. I've made the decision that I'm not just going to stay in Bahia for the rest of my time here in Brazil. I am going to travel to other states in the country to see how they are, because I have to get my passport renewed. So I need to go to a city where there's a consulate and all of that jazz. So I am going to be vlogging those pieces as well. My daddy and I are going to do some touristy things these next few days. So I'm going to be vlogging those experiences, what I see and all of that jazz, so I can get that recorded for those of you all who have been asking me to do vlogs. And yeah, that's the vibe, y'all. Choose the life that you want to live. Choose the life that you want to live. And make the best of it. And have peace in that decision, you know? And so definitely leave your comments down below if you resonate with this, or if you have any questions for me that you want me to address in future videos, or just thoughts on the topic in general, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm thankful for you all being here. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. Shout out to the channel members here on the channel. Thank you for supporting as a paid channel member. If you are interested in supporting the channel, receiving extra content, things of that nature, go ahead and join the channel membership down below. And yes, as always, listen, sometimes it really is that deep. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.